I've said it many times, and I will say it many times more in the future. If you already know what I'm going to say, go ahead and yell it at the top of your lungs so your neighbors can hear you. Everything in Linux is a file. What makes this so cool is that you can represent so many different things as a file. I remember the first time I changed the configuration file for one of my virtual machines, and then the machine itself reflected those changes that I made in the VM XML file. My mind was completely blown. This is B from Tay Talk Tech, and welcome to the 6th video in my Linux virtualization storage management series covering creating storage pools from XML files. Stick with me. I've got a favor to ask. If you like this type of video and want to see more content like it, make sure you are subscribed and hit the bell button for notifications. Also, don't forget to give this video a like if you like it, give it a dislike if you didn't like it. Lastly, let me know what you liked, didn't like, or if you have any comments, questions, concerns, or emotional outburst down in the comments below. And make sure you stick around to the very end of the video because I will be covering an example on this topic. Let's get into it. All right, so according to Wikipedia, XML or Extensible Markup Language is a markup language and file format for storing, transmitting, and reconstructing arbitrary data. XML is used for domain and storage pool configuration. The cool thing about XML is it's both human and machine readable. Storage pool configuration files are stored at /livert/storage. All right, let me go ahead and switch over to the desktop because I'm actually going to show you that directory and then we're going to get into a couple things and then I'll actually get into the setting up of that directory. So let's go ahead and do sudo ls. We're going to do /livert and then we're going to do storage. Cool, and we can see right there that we've got those three. Let me just show you something here as well. Sudo verse pool list tech all. And we can see that we got 3 XML files here and we've got 3 pools here. So we can see that this is exactly where they're stored. Awesome, right? In this example, I'm going to be using a directory-based storage pool in the example, but keep in mind, just because we're using that, the concepts are transferable to the other types of storage when we're talking about XML files. And then I'm also going to include a link in the description for this website right here. It's a resource from Red Hat's website. And now, just because this resource is from Red Hat's website does not mean that this only works on Red Hat Linux. Now, you can typically a lot of the stuff that's going to be found in this documentation, whether it be for virtualization or other topics, can be applied to other Linux distributions, especially this content, because what this is going to do is it's going to give you parameters for setting up the pools based on an XML file, and it'll tell you exactly what you need to put in an XML file. It kind of breaks down each kind of section of it, and then it actually gives you example text. Pretty awesome, right? Again, that will be linked down in the description, so make sure you go check it out. It's got everything. It's got directory-based, disk-based, file system-based, iSCSI, LVM, and more. And if it doesn't open up on this page directly, look for section 4.4. All right, so let's go ahead and get over to the command line, or get back to the command line. So the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to do vim, and we're going to do pool and XML file. All right, so what we're doing here is we're actually creating the XML file that we're going to use to create the pool. So this right here, I actually already had it created prior to starting the filming of this video, but you can simply, copy from the website that I shared with you and then paste it in here, make your adjustments and save, and there you've got your XML file. And that's essentially what I did. And one of the things that I made sure to do is I made sure to create this directory right here, var lib livert pool tac XML. You want to make sure that you don't want to make sure, you don't have to make sure, but if you want to have your volumes stored in a specific location, then specify it here. If not, it's going to go ahead and default to the default location. So I always like to specify because I like keeping everything together. So just make sure that you specify that and create the directory if you're going to want it in a specific place. Awesome. So yeah, what you do is you just copy and then paste it in here, make the adjustments if necessary. If you need to make adjustments in Vim, you can use I and then to make the adjustments and then escape to get out of there. And then when you're ready to go ahead and quit and save, you'll do :WQ and then exclamation point. And that's going to go ahead and save everything. And keep in mind, you can also use Nano as well. I'm just using Vim because that's the one that I typically use to edit documents. So, all right. So now we've got that out of the way. Let's do a clear. We're going to do sudo verse pool tac define, and then we're going to do pool, pool tac XML. Ooh, look at that. All right, cool. So we've got the pool defined. Let's do a sudo versh pool list tac all. All right, and we've got it there. It's just not currently active. So let's go ahead and start it. Sudo versh pool start. And then we're going to do pool XML. Awesome. Pool has been successfully started. All right, great. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and create the volume as I've done in my other videos to go ahead and show you that this does work, and then we're going to tear it all down. Cool. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's do sudo versh vol create as, and I'm sorry to go ahead and kind of backtrack here, but one of the things that I forgot to explain when we're using the versh command for the defining the pool is you're going to do pool define. So you have two commands when it comes to defining a pool. It's pool define and pool define as. The difference is that if you're using it based on an XML file, go ahead and use pool define, and then use pool define as if you're creating it I guess we'll call it the quote unquote normal way. All right, perfect. So let's get back to creating that volume. So volume create as, then we're going to do tac pool. Then we're going to do pool XML, and then we're going to go ahead and tac name. We're going to call it vol XML. We're going to do tac capacity. Then we're going to do 2G, and then we're going to go ahead and do tac format, and then we're going to do qcow2. Yes, there it is. We got the volume. All right, let's go ahead and kill that. Let's go ahead and kill off that volume. We're going to do a sudo versh vol delete, and then we're going to do tac pool. Then we're going to do pool XML, and then we're going to do vol XML. Perfect. Volume has been successfully deleted. Now we got to go ahead and shut down that pool. So we're going to do sudo versh pool destroy, and then we're going to do pool XML. Perfect. It's been successfully destroyed. Now we got to go ahead and kill it. Sudo versh pool undefine, and then we're going to do pool XML. Yes, everything has successfully gone through. Sweet. All right, perfect. Awesome sauce. All right, so yeah, I'm not really sure how many more videos I'll be doing in this series, or if I'm going to be doing any at all. It started with one additional video for storage, and then turned into 5 additional videos for storage. But don't worry, I will be continuing with the Linux virtualization series indefinitely for now. But like I said, I don't really have any current plans for any more additional storage videos. If something does come up and you think it's urgent that I kind of cover it, or important for people to know, go ahead and let me know down in the comments. You now know a whole bunch about VM storage management. Awesome, right? Make sure you check out the other videos in the Linux virtualization series. If you're caught up, check out this other video instead. Thank you so much for watching my video, and have the greatest of days.